What's up, guys? It's Tony from Streetball Strategies, where we use strategy to build your streetball legacy. It's July 4th weekend here in Michigan in the United States, and that got me thinking about how we can use American patriotism when it comes to basketball to help elevate your own personal streetball legacy. So it makes sense that the country that invents a sport has the most talented players in that sport, as in America relating to basketball. And I think a lot of people make the mistake that a lot of the rest of the world didn't know or didn't care about basketball, about the NBA, until the mid-'80s when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were playing in the NBA and really bringing first international acclaim to the NBA and to basketball. And then they were followed by Jordan, and Jordan was followed by the Dream Team, and from that point on, basketball and the NBA have been sort of international powerhouses. And from a pop culture perspective, that's true, but think about it this way. Basketball is invented by Dr. Naismith in Massachusetts in 1891. It first appears in the standard bearer of international competition, the Summer Olympic Games in 1904. It then becomes a regular every Olympic game sport in 1936 and appears in every Summer Olympic Games since then. Also keep in mind that we were not able to send our American professional players to the Olympics until 1992, starting with the Dream Team. And since then, there's only been 7 Olympic summer tournaments in which we've had professional players playing. So basketball first appears in the Olympics in 1904 and then again in 1936, and since then it has been played in every Summer Olympic game. Since then, 30 Summer Olympic tournaments for basketball have taken place. America, combining both men and women's, in those 30 Olympic tournaments, we have 3 bronze medals, 2 silver medals, and 23 gold medals. And remember, only 7 of those 30 tournaments we had professional players playing in. And like I said, it makes sense that the country that invents a sport would have the most talented players with the most amount of talented players, and thus nothing beats talent, and so we dominate basketball. And only over the last decade have we seen international players come into the NBA who really are, not only are they super skilled because international players have an abundance of very sharp basketball skills, but we're also in the last 5 or so years seeing super talented foreign players as well. But regardless of that, America still stands head and shoulders above everyone else when it comes to basketball talent. So what does that have to do with you and you building your legacy? Well, if you're an American, or if you live in America and play in America, think about that grand overall big picture legacy, right? You play in America against American players. In general, you're playing against American talent. Now, obviously, you're not playing against Olympic caliber Carmelo Anthony in his prime talent, but in general, you live in an average neighborhood. You play on an average court against average players, but it's still American average, right? We've established that Americans have, bar none, the best talent for the sport of basketball in the history of the planet. So even though you're playing average players on an average court against average talent, it's still American talent. And so remember, this channel was created for those of us who don't have talent, or our talent is minuscule compared to everyone else out here. That's why we're here. We're here to learn. We're here to get better, sharpen our skills so that even though we don't have as much talent as everyone else out here, we can still compete with them. And so we don't have the talent that they have, but they have American talent, right? They're not NBA players, they're probably not even college players, but still they're Americans, they have American basketball talent, and that's what we're trying to compete with. So it's a matter of perspective, right? We talk about perspective a lot here on this channel, which is you could have the perspective that if you come out here and you're playing against American talent, what's the point, right? If Americans are so talented at basketball, what's the point of coming out here and getting destroyed if you don't have the kind of average, decent talent that other players have out here? What's the point of coming out here and just getting destroyed all the time? Or you could have the perspective of what a great opportunity you have. You live in this country, you play in this country on a regular basis, you're playing against that level of competition on a regular basis, even though it's only average. It's not, this isn't, UCLA with NBA players practicing during the summer, but still, it's American talent you're playing against, and you're one of the people who's not as talented as everyone else out here, and yet you get the opportunity to play against them on a regular basis. You get to sharpen your skills against that talent on a regular basis. That's incredible. There are plenty of foreign players who don't live in this country, who don't play in this country, who would love to be out here playing against American level talent, because whatever country that anyone else lives in, they may have supreme skills, very skilled, very sharpened abilities, but they don't have American talent, right? We live here in America. We get to play here in America every day against American talent. That's an underrated opportunity that I don't think we sort of take into perspective very often, which is we have the luxury of playing against American players every day, being able to compare our skills to their talent on a daily basis, and that is an opportunity that many other foreign players would love to have. And if you are one of those foreign players, if you don't live in America, if you don't play in America, if the competition you're putting yourself up against is not American talent, you're only playing against the talent of your fellow countrymen, what a goal to set for yourself, right? That one day you'd be able to come to an average American court and to test the skills and abilities that you've built in your own country, and then come over here and not even play on a huge, famous streetball court, just an average court, and just test your skills from your country against average American talent and see where you stand. That's a huge goal that you could have for yourself. The goal of building your skills and your abilities in your country, in your culture, and then maybe one day having the opportunity to test those against average American talent. What a great goal to set for yourself. So that's just a quick thought on this 4th of July weekend about how to have perspective and be thankful and grateful that not only are you just in general able to be healthy enough to play basketball, but if you're an American, you have a huge legacy, a huge tradition to live up to in terms of being excellent at basketball. It's not just good enough to come out here and play and have a good time. If your intention is to build an actual legacy for yourself, keep in mind that you're not just building your own legacy, but you're adding to the overall legacy of basketball in America and how that stands for excellence, right? We are known around the world as being excellent basketball players. And so when you're coming out here and you're working on your own personal legacy and trying to get better, keep in mind that this game is bigger than you. It's bigger than you coming out here and trying to win a game on the weekend. You are part of a legacy of basketball excellence here in America. And if you're a foreign player, then you have something to aspire to. You have something that you can build yourself up to be able to compete against one day and see how you fare. I've played basketball overseas. And I have seen how foreign players view the NBA, how they revere NBA players in terms of how tall they are, how big they are, and how they use that size to be so good at basketball. American basketball is held in such high reverence around the world that if you're a foreign player, you would love to play against American players on American courts. And when you come over here, if you do get that opportunity to play American talent on an American court, you want to have your skills be as tight as they can be so that you can put up the best fight that you can. And if you come over here and you lay down a challenge on an American court and you're a foreign player and you come out here and you at least hold your own, if not come out here and make a statement and win or maybe even dominate the competition over here, imagine the satisfaction you could have from that. Being a foreign player, coming out on an American court and really showcasing your skills and abilities that you can at least hang with American players, if not flat out beat them. What a great challenge that is. If you guys like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share this video so that we can get the perspective out there that, you know, you should be grateful that you get to play basketball in America. You should look forward to being able to play American talent on American soil one day. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Put on my jammies to dance a whole night away.